Hey, it's Chris. So first of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you who have checked out my 5 credit score hacks video. That video has gotten over 100,000 views just in the last 28 days and brought in almost 5,000 subscribers, which is just crazy. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris, and a couple of years ago, I quit my corporate job to focus on my online business. And on this channel, we talk about running a business, personal finance, and discussing my obsession with maintaining a good credit score so that you can get free stuff. Because I mean, come on. Who doesn't like free stuff? So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So in that same 5 credit score hack video, quite a number of you made a bit of a fuss in the comments that Credit Karma was not accurate and I was just plain irritating just mentioning it in the first place. So I'm not really one to shy away from a good old-fashioned debate of who's right and who's wrong. So I did a little bit of research and I want to share with you what I found. And let's just say it's a bit of a doozy. So let's get into the video. So first of all, what is Credit Karma and what is their purpose? Well, a lot of you from back in the day might remember that it wasn't always that easy to get your credit score. You used to have to pay companies a few bucks a month just for you to have access to your credit history and then this approximate figure of about what your actual credit score was. I even remember places like freecreditreport.com that would give you your credit history for free once a year, but then you had to pay extra money just so that you could get the score, which is kind of dumb and stupid, but anyways, I guess as a society, we've kind of been liberated from this credit card tyranny. And finally, these mysterious credit card numbers became free to get in recent years. And some of these places that led the charge in getting our credit scores for free happen to be Credit Sesame and still my favorite, Credit Karma. But the key here is free, okay? There are very few things in this world that are free. In fact, there's an old saying that says something to the effect of, if something is free to use, then you are in fact are the product. And for Credit Karma, their one big secret is just that we are the product. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing though, however, because Facebook does the same thing. Pinterest does the same thing. Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of these services are free because we are the product. In fact, another free thing that you can do that will possibly raise your credit score would be to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Okay, I can't confirm that it'll actually raise your credit score, but it would still help this video a lot if you simply just made that little like button down below this video turn blue. Yeah, but here's the real truth. Credit Karma is a for-profit business that makes money by giving you a free credit score in exchange for learning more about your spending habits and charging companies to serve you targeted advertisements. Their scores and their credit report information comes from TransUnion and Equifax, which is 2 of the 3 major credit bureaus. So because Credit Karma uses only 2 of the 3 major credit bureaus, a consumer's credit score might not be entirely accurate. Now, Credit Karma does provide the VantageScore, which is an independent score that is derived from both credit bureaus. So although the VantageScore system itself is accurate, it's not necessarily the industry standard. And companies that approve or deny loan applications are more likely to use the FICO score. So yeah, most of you in the comments are right. Credit Karma is not being entirely honest with you when it comes to giving you your credit score just to be nice. Okay, they are monetizing you in other ways by hoping that you click on the advertisements that they place in front of you. Okay, so now that the cat is out of the bag, the big question is this: is Credit Karma's credit score accurate? Well, I want you to think of it this way. If you went to a pizza place and you had terrible pizza, would you go back? No, probably not. Of course not. But if you went to a different pizza place and had amazing pizza, would you go back? Well, of course you would. Well, Credit Karma is the exact same way. Their entire business model is reliant upon consumers returning to their site often and seeing more of their advertisements. So offering accurate and legitimate scores is to Credit Karma's best interest because they want you to keep coming back. Now, when Investopedia.com reached out to Credit Karma, their chief consumer advocate named Bethy Hardiman said, "We provide Vantage credit scores independently from both credit bureaus." Now, Credit Karma chose VantageScore because it is a collaboration among all 3 major credit bureaus and is a transparent scoring model. Which sounds like a pretty good answer, but then it begs the question, why use VantageScore when most lenders use FICO scores to approve and deny your credit applications? Well, the truth is that question is not entirely accurate in itself because different lenders use different scores. And because you cannot necessarily predict which score your potential lender is going to choose, it really doesn't matter which score you rely on, whether it's your FICO or your VantageScore. And to make things even more complicated, there are many scoring models out there, and there's absolutely no practical way for you to keep up with or to keep track of every single one of them, or even have access to every single one of them. But with that said, there is a key takeaway here, and it's that every credit score is likely to be in the same range regardless of the model. So even though it may be surprising to you that there might be literally hundreds of different types of credit scores out there, they are more or less the same. That means that if you are rated to have good credit in one scoring model, you are very likely to have good credit in another scoring model. So whether you are building your credit from scratch or working on bouncing back from a hardship or just plain old in maintenance mode, it is recommended to just track one score for changes over time, and it just makes life easier. So here are my thoughts about Credit Karma. The fact of the matter is that millions of people use Credit Karma to track their credit score, and it provides very accurate information regarding their actual credit report. And it's just the score itself that is in question. But how can we throw shade at a company that was one of the pioneers for getting people to actually pay attention to their credit? Before companies like Credit Karma existed, it was nearly impossible to get any idea of what your credit score actually was, unless you paid for it, which led people to start ignoring their credit and borrowing money with the intention of not paying it back because nothing ever reminded you that not paying that money back was a bad thing, just does nothing but set people up for failure in the long run. And since credit is something that follows you for years, mistakes that you may have made in your late teens or your early 20s can affect you when you get older and more mature and maybe want to do something like buy a house at a good interest rate or borrow money to start a business, or just something as simple as having the freedom to go to Best Buy and get a 0% interest rate on that new TV that you had your eye on. Because the way that I have handled my credit over the years, which wasn't always super responsible, but I understood the concept that I needed to pay it back at some point. And then as a result, I now enjoy a top-notch credit score, dirt cheap interest rates on rental properties, and the great benefit of getting free stuff from premium credit cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the American Express Platinum card. And I know it sounds weird, but if I go apply for a department store card and I get denied, or if I get denied for a loan or something like that, I have the right to get upset because I have worked so hard to maintain good credit. Which is why I make videos like this, to alert people that you don't have to be the passenger, as your life passes by. Get behind the driver's seat and take control of your finances, take control of your life. Stop blaming everything on your situation and create a plan to get out of it. It won't be easy and it will take some sacrifice, but the sooner that you get out of your own way, the sooner that you can start taking responsibility for where your life is right now and make some positive moves. So overall, the point is, stay proactive, monitor your credit regularly using whatever method you choose, and just stick to it. I recommend Credit Karma. I am not sponsored by them and I'm not getting paid to suggest them or anything like that, but I am going to stick with them regardless of how much I might get flamed in the comments. But regardless, whatever you are using, you have a free avenue to watch your credit, to catch inaccuracies early on, or to even catch fraudulent information and activity before it wreaks havoc on your credit. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you made it this far into the video and you haven't already, please be sure to smash the like button as well as subscribe. I post new videos weekly and would hate for you to miss any future updates. So be sure to click the little bell notification icon as well so that you are alerted when I post new videos. And if you want 2 free stocks valued anywhere from $12 to $1,400, go make your first deposit into a Webull account. I'll be sure to put a link down in the description. You will only get these 2 free stocks if you use that link. So be sure to go check it out ASAP because I do believe that that deal is going to be expiring soon. And as always, if you have any questions for me, please let me know down in the comments. I try my best to respond to each and every one of them. And if you want to learn how I was able to build a passive income that paid off all of my debt and credit card debt as well, be sure to go check out blogbuilderpro.net, link also in the description. And if you want 2 free stocks valued at anywhere from $12 to $1,400, go make, what is it? Go make your first deposit into a over at a Webull account. We put it this.